here we stand a few hours after the 30th day of the legislature closed down, and we see before us the wreckage. We don't see efforts to increase or grow jobs. We don't see efforts to build the economy. We don't see efforts to meet the number one priority of Georgians, which is get this economy back on track and create jobs for Georgians. Instead, we see attacks on labor unions, attacks on our basic rights to assemble and protest, and in the passage of Senate Bill 469. And we see repeated attacks on those who fall on the downside of the socioeconomic ladder here in Georgia. It's the same old script of the 1% riding the backs of the 99%. We've got growing economic inequality in this state, and we have high unemployment rates that actually exceed the national average for the past 7 years. We need to rebuild Georgia's economy to work for everyone, not just the 1%. We're actually, by the legislation that's being passed in this session, we are promoting the shredding of the middle class, both the safety net and driving people out of the middle class. There's an unemployment insurance bill that the Senate crafted and passed. That bill, Senate Bill 447, shreds the safety net of an unemployment insurance system that's been in place across this country and across this state for more than half a century. In the worst economic downturn that we have seen, the fund is emptied out, and it's emptied out because business lobbied and got their way to not pay in to the fund. For 12 years, business had 4-year tax holiday and then suppressed rates that amounts to not paying adequately into the unemployment insurance fund. What is the solution that the business community and the legislative leadership has come up with? The solution is to take apart our unemployment system, to reduce the number of weeks that an unemployed worker who is out of a job through no fault of his or her own will now face a reduced number of weeks. Half a year has been the standard, the gold standard across the country, 26 weeks of unemployment insurance. 47 states have that. Georgia, sadly, if this bill passes and is signed into law, will have the worst, the weakest unemployment insurance system in the nation. That's the message that the legislative leadership sends to Georgians who are out of work. In terms of job creation, I had Senate Bill 320. Senate Bill 320 requires state contracts for services to be performed in the United States, not overseas. These are Georgia tax dollars contracting with private corporations, and they promptly take that money and go abroad and put it into the economy of another nation, and it's Georgia taxpayer dollars. Our food stamps program is managed that way, spending our tax dollars in another nation's economy. This bill would have stopped that. Again, in the committee, we got it out with a vote of only one opponent, but it's stuck in Senate rules. Last night, I put that bill as an amendment onto 492, and we passed that amendment with that language by 2 votes, 27-25. Let's hold on to that language when it goes into the House. I'm very fearful that we will see that language disappear. What the impact, of course, would be to take Georgia tax dollars and invest them in Georgia's economy and create jobs here at home for Georgians with our tax dollars. That's what we need to be doing. Buy American policies have been supported at the federal level by presidents from Ronald Reagan to Barack Obama. They've proven effective in state after state. This bill would help build jobs in Georgia without costing taxpayers a single dime over what is already being spent. And you know, over the past 3 years, this leadership here in Georgia has cut 10,000 public service jobs and 25% of the budget for higher education. So my amendment that passed last night on Senate Bill 492 would stop the massive offshoring of Georgia jobs. My amendment would stop the massive outshoring, and it also stops the massive offshoring. This amendment that was placed on the bill last night would stop the massive offshoring of Georgia jobs for call centers and other jobs that Georgians are ready to perform right here and right now. We then had insult added to injury last night when we saw Senate Bill 469, which would interfere with a working person's organization, a union's ability to collect dues, to build their membership, and to be a voice for dignity on the job and for decent pay and decent working conditions. The author presented the bill. The debate was shut down. The previous question was moved, and no one was allowed to speak on that bill. A bill that is unconstitutional on its face, a bill that will put the state of Georgia in court on lawsuits on constitutional issues, and a bill that sends a message far and wide that the basic right to assemble, free speech, picketing, redress of grievances, we will be shutting that down in Georgia with high fines and very, very, very punitive language in that bill. So that's the package that we see here in Georgia. Failure to pass bills that would create jobs, blocking bills that would spend our tax dollars here in our economy, and at the same time shredding the safety net of the unemployment insurance system in the worst economy that we've ever seen, and benefiting the companies that should be paying into that unemployment insurance fund. It's a stark, clear record. We urge Georgians to wake up, take a look at what's happening down here under the Gold Dome. It ain't pretty, and it's not going to help middle class and working families. So we're sounding an alert and an alarm. Thank you.